Mental scenes in LA. Welcome to Combat Ready HQ Tier 2, where we talk about other sort of stuff that are going on around the world that isn't directly aimed at sort of military themed. Go and check out our main channel. We've got a great community of over 120,000 over on that channel, Combat Ready HQ. But today we're talking about the scenes in LA. National Guard has been deployed by President Trump against the governor's wishes or asking. He didn't actually ask. The scenes are mental in the US right now, and it's all over. People being in the country illegally and then being taken back to the country they came from illegally. That makes sense. So they come illegally, they're in the country illegally, and they're being taken back and they're upset about it. Yeah, that's what this is about. And then they're going to do more illegal stuff by burning cars, smashing up shops, throwing projectile objects, and then they're moaning when the police hit them with a baton or with tear gas, but they were throwing objects, and then they get hit and they start crying. Please make all this make sense to me. Comment below what your thoughts are on this, because I thought the US were actually sort of getting their shit together this year. Everyone seemed quite happy that Trump was coming in. Do I agree with everything he does, says? No. But everyone was like, yeah, make America great again, bring America back. Let's help the people out, the people that are meant to be here. The people that went there legally, you can stay, that's totally fine. You've got the documents, you've got a life, you've made a life, stay there. They're just basically dealing with the ones that basically entered the country illegally. But people aren't happy about it. And the problem is people don't go about it the right way nowadays, do they? They just think, I'll just go and smash up people's property and think it's an excuse to just break things, set things on fire. People have worked hard to buy these cars, build businesses, shops, and they feel like rioting is not the answer. President Trump isn't going to back down to protest or riots. Right? He's done a term before. He's now in a new term. People must know him already, that it was in his policies that he was going to step up and cut down on immigration and illegal migration into the US. That's what was voted for. It was one of his big policies, and now people are upset about it. I get that. Some people are. You've gone to the country, you know, you've been there your whole life because maybe your family brought you over as a child, or you managed to get in, you've managed to get jobs, and you've managed to stay there without getting caught. The way I look at it, the crime is getting caught and you finally been caught. So rioting and protesting just isn't the answer, in my personal opinion. I don't think you should be doing that. I think you've just basically got to suck it up. You've been caught. Trying to put an appeal in, you're going to have to go back and then try and make your way back over legally. But the riots is absolutely mental. 2,000 National Guard. So the National Guard is like an army reserve unit, but for federal and state governors, like law to use. So I'm British, trying to make sense of all of this. You've got the US Army, US Army Reserve. They deploy domestically and foreignly around the world. You've got the National Guard, which deploys within the US, but they come, when they get mobilized and deployed, they come under the US Army Reserve. So they're pretty much, majority of them are part-time with full-time jobs, and then they get mobilized and deployed, and they basically can be controlled. They're dual control either by the states or federal, so either one of them can call them up and use them. And at this time it's been federal, so President Trump has seen what's gone in LA and called them up. Some people saying he's called them up to make the situation worse. Has he not? I'd love to know your thoughts on this, so please do comment below. But we don't have a National Guard in the UK. If the police couldn't control the situation, you'd have to bring the British Army in. That's it. But the US, which I actually quite like, have the National Guard, a bit like the Dad's Army back in the day. You have the National Guard. I've spoken about us possibly having some sort of Home Guard Border Force unit. And that's what they have, so they can control situations like this without having to get the US Army in. The US Army can deal with what they've got to do of their job. So that's what from the research I've done, is what the National Guard is. But it's absolutely crazy scenes over in the US at the minute. The LA, from what I've seen, has been on a downhill for a very long time. They've had issues with homelessness, drug addiction, people actually migrating from other states into LA because the laws were better for them. They would get money for being homeless and being able to take drugs on the streets. And think LA back in the day was where people would want to go with money. They want to buy these big houses, make something of themselves. And now it's a state that they've just got people on the streets everywhere, people doing drugs everywhere. People, you know, what is it? The celebrity star things on the floor, my mind's gone blank. People just passed out on those stars where they're drunk, just homeless, tents everywhere down famous streets. They've got a real issue and they've got to sort it out. And now they've got these riots. Like I said, back in the day, it was where, you know, land of the opportunity, go and get big dreams. Was LA was the place to go. And nowadays it's not. People with money are migrating out because taxes are too high. Homelessness is on the rise, drug addiction is on the rise, so they're migrating out to other states. And then people who, you know, unfortunately haven't got the best of life at the minute are migrating in. And now you've got these massive riots. Some of what I've seen, like, really, it's getting pure aggressive. You know, it's hot contacts pretty much, National Guards firing. I think it's obviously all rubber bullets and stuff and tear gas, but it's getting lethal. People are getting hurt. People are crying. One girl crying because she was riding a motorbike into a police crowd and she got hit. Like, too right, you rode a motorbike into a line of police. Same with another girl crying that she got hit with a baton, but you're in the middle of a riot. I don't get it. If you're going to be there, just take the hit and say, yeah, I'm trying to do the right thing here. I feel like this is the right thing. I'm attacking the police attacks me. You know, they're trying to control the situation, you're trying to make the situation work.